Alright, we are back, and I am excited for a new standard deck that sort of came out of the blue and got me to climb to the platinum pretty quickly. It's an old idea in the past, black-green on-color Reanimator. And so the plan sort of came to fruition with Gruff Triplets has been overperforming for me so much. It's a 6 drop, that's a 3/3 trample, and you get 2 tokens that are copies of it, and when one of them dies, the other ones get bigger based on the power, and they all again have trample, so this can be pretty difficult for some decks to deal with unless you have a complete board wipe or a removal that exiles. So this has been overperforming and part of the reason why the deck has been running so well for me. But let's get into our things to fill the graveyard. We have Blanchwood Prowler and Eccentric Farmer. Then we also have early game plays, the Infernal Grasp removal spell, and also Black Sun's Twilight, which can also function as a late game instant reanimator spell as well. And then we also have Glissa Sunslayer to play defense, but also draws you cards. And it can also remove counters from your Invasion of Zendikar. Since we're on color with our targets, ramping is also part of the strategy as well. Our reanimation spell is Diagraph Rebirth, and it also has Flashback, which can get you an extra use out of it and get your big creatures out sooner than their casting cost. Then we also have Ren N7, which is a just another body that is versatile. It will get you a large creature that has reach. It can also mill you cards, which can also feed your graveyard. It can also feed a Diagraph Rebirth into the graveyard as well. And it also looks for lands, because we want to make sure we hit our land drop. So another reason why we have creatures that help us reach our land drops, and also Ren and 7 relevant mid to late game as well. And then our targets, we have 2 Toxrill the Corrosive, just a big body that makes your opponents lose their board and gets you 1/1s in the process, and it's a big 7/7. We have Titan of Industry, which has reach and trample in several very relevant modes, such as destroying artifacts or enchantments, gaining you life, getting a 4/4 body, or putting a shield counter on a creature you control. And then we have Tyrannix Rex, which is something that can't be countered. It also has Trample, Ward, 4 and Haste, and Toxic, so that can be difficult for control decks to deal with, and also put the lights out pretty quickly with its Trample as well. So that is the game plan. Perhaps these targets might evolve over time, but this is the current lineup that I am pleased with. In our lands, we also have a on-color Manland, which also helps gain you life, exile things from the graveyard, and it's a 4/4 body, which is not terrible. Wastes, glades, forests, and swamps. So there's our main board for Reanimator. Sideboard, we have Atraxas Fall, which helps destroy creatures with flying, artifacts, enchantments, and battle, so a lot of versatility there. It's sorcery speed, but also 2 mana, so not terrible. Oh, there's 3 copies. We also have some life gain, so Herbology Instructor, Herbology Instructor. 1/3, so it has good toughness to block. It also gains your life when it comes into the battlefield. And then late game, it can even flip itself on color to get rid of a creature with toughness 3 or less. We have Obstinate Baloth for gaining life, and also if people are playing discard, you just throw it into the battlefield for free. Then we have Ravenous Sailback for some redundant artifact and enchantment removal that also is attached to a decently sized creature. Then we have Unlicensed Hearse for Graveyard, and then Path of Peril is currently what we're running for board wipe against those aggressively fast decks, because as you can see, one of the downfalls of this current build is it is very top heavy, so sometimes you can get overran. Could be something to fix in the future, but as of right now, this is the list that we're running, and it's running pretty well. but there's always room to improve. Well, thanks for watching Black Green Reanimator, and have a good day.